Mike's hot.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy.
Mike's
you
hot.
Happy?
Yeah.
Oh,
You happy?
okay.
Because we're on our 215th
I'm pretty content.
episode.
Motherfuckers are about to catch some L's.
I thought it was 47.
I just felt it today.
Damn.
I felt it in my loins.
250.
I bet y'all can hear how
There's
crystal
frozen
clear
cereal
I
here.
am now.
You
Yeah,
can't tell
nigga.
because the box is empty.
Oh, we
but the bitch
upgraded,
is still
nigga.
cold.
Got a mic, bro. Look
Right.
My nigga. Yeah. This shit is like red ribbon too. You got the red ribbon hat and the red mic. Yeah.
Who are you? You got Android?
I
You
wish.
Because you have an iPhone. That was a rhetorical question.
Oh, man, fuck you, man.
Only a computer could
Do you have
answer.
fucking 3 assists?
Hell, they're not even androids. They're fucking cyborgs, nigga.
Hey, this is America.
Oh, now it's America. Okay.
We call them Android.
Alright, whatever,
I'm
nigga.
excited.
Shinzo Ningen.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Streamer. Yeah. That sounds like a fucking hentai artist. Fucking Dragon Ball Fighters. Everyone's got 3 assists now. Or they're going
So it's
to.
Marvel?
It's Marvel.
Yes, it's official.
It's crazy how they announce Marvel
It's
and then right after that,
It's crazy. Like every crossover game is chasing Marvel, bro. Like that's
Marvel's
wild.
the gold standard.
It is.
That's what we
Even
talking
though
about.
like 8 characters be winning, but hey,
Hey,
like
fucking-
fuck it.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm just excited to see like Krillin not have to be like see these specialty artists. Now these people who were actually maining Krillin for like a long ass time
Yup.
can actually put him at a like point and shit.
Oh no, he's still gonna be poop. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
This nigga has a better assist.
Yep.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like I want to see the surf bot upsets.
Oh, man.
That's what
And
I want to see.
I think with like certain niggas, like they probably become viable again because they probably
Yeah,
just
they
got
have
some
better
better
assists.
assists on the side.
Because I'm like, that nigga Vegeta is probably gonna go up a whole tier because they gave this nigga an anti-air assist.
Yeah.
He already had like one of the best fucking projectile assists in the game, but now you anti-air and the kick,
Bye.
wall splat
Bye.
kick. My man's is a goat. Throw some respect on his fucking name
Please season that shit.
today.
We were talking about video games, by the way. That's just a reference in case you don't game and you somehow listen to us.
For the niggas that missed it, that missed what we were about sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
You won't tell by this
Life be
podcast.
lifing, bro. It's like, damn, man, I want to play some video game, but nigga gotta work. Like, shit, I done bust out a 12-hour shift, man. I'm tired. I had to cook for the kids, baby crying, rent due. God damn,
Watch
man.
Wendy Williams.
That nigga ain't got no kids.
Yeah.
He ain't got no kids. We don't have sex on this podcast. This is
Oh yeah, we are all
Oh, yeah.
virgins.
This is all Mormon.
We're all
podcast.
virgins. We're all 100% heterosexual.
Do you know the Lord?
Oh man, we are living the dream.
We are the ideal black men.
We are the dream
Oh,
of our
time
ancestors. Yeah,
Our dicks get
man.
wet is when
go
the Lord
crazy
permits,
over us.
which is during showers.
Sure feel good, motherfucker.
Anyway, there's weird shit going on in the world.
Oh,
That makes for the
yeah.
best content, low
In
key.
the prawn world, John.
Oh yeah.
All
John,
right.
John,
Kicking it off with that.
John, please
Go ahead,
enlighten the
take
people.
point, nigga.
Hey, my nigga. Look,
Enlighten the people.
let me tell you.
He was happy
man.
to tell us.
Talk
about
to
this.
these
It's
niggas.
like 2020 as fuck out here. Y'all niggas need to catch up.
Horny man John.
Tired of
The
it.
J is for jacking off.
Yay.
The J is actually for Jesus, because once again, this is a Christian
Oh,
podcast.
oh yeah, that's
so we
right.
don't
That's
do
right.
that.
Yeah.
He was named after.
GP, are you with me? Oh yeah, we got GP.
GP, are you with me?
I'm crip walking under
oh, yeah.
the table. I couldn't see it.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing my Diddy shake. Like Kurt Franklin.
Kurt Franklin was dead ass like the Puff Daddy of gospel
He
when he
was.
first dropped.
Still is.
Still, I listen to that shit. I watched that music video.
But
the other
those who
day.
thought that gospel music went too far, I'm like, oh,
Oh shit.
Ooh, too radical with our message, and that motherfucker
Like-
was bad.
like with the guitar,
Revolution and Stomp nigga are bops to
Motherfucker.
this day.
like, I still be stomping the
That
devil out. I don't
motherfucker-
even believe
that
in this
be
shit no
upsetting
more.
Christians, God.
I'm like, take that, Satan, motherfucker,
Hey yo,
bitch ass.
Hey yo, fuck that nigga.
Hey yo,
Satan.
suck my dick, Satan.
Stupid ass.
Oh, bitch ass motherfucker.
Little pussy
He ain't ready for
motherfucker.
those shit.
Little
I got
bitch.
a fur coat, nigga.
Little bitch.
I dance, nigga.
Nigga want no
Horny
smoke.
shit.
Motherfucking
Horny
Christian,
shit,
like
John.
old ladies be up in church just going, no, I don't know. I don't think I like this. Motherfucking Kurt Franklin. All right, no. here. It's the future. It's Chronicles of Riddick brought to life. Project Melody, the latest chatterbait sensation that's sweeping the nation.
Goddamn.
So recently, a Miku dance inspired fucking 3D anime girl has taken over chatterbait, and hoes are not happy because fucking. Okay, so there is a girl named Project Melody, and she's working chatterbait, and she gained like within 3 days she gained like I think 6,000 subscribers on chatterbait and on Pornhub. She's also on YouTube, which I just found out last night, doing music videos of old dance music from when we were kids. Like, you remember Days Go By? Not Days Go By, but fucking Call On Me?
Yeah.
Call On Me! She does a fucking twerk dance using Miku Dance on YouTube. It's on YouTube right now for all the youngins listening. If you want to maintain your virginity,
there you go.
There you go.
Keep it
Nice.
safe.
So, so basically, controversy, I guess, nowadays is simply people just feeling as though their wealth is being taken away. This is the 2001 equivalent of the George Bush crowd going, they're gonna take our jobs when the Mexicans were coming in. So like, I was on Twitter the other day, and like, I just see this long ass thread of these girls who are just complaining, talking about because this CG character is on Chatterbait getting people to donate. They're like, how can I compete with this? I can't. What was the actual quote? She said, I can't compete with this because this was a Vice article I read last night. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have to pretend to smile. She doesn't have to pretend like things are okay. You see, us Chatterbait models that are of flesh and blood, we have to go on to the website and pretend as though we're okay sometimes when we're really not. And that means that we deserve more money. And I'm like, that's...
Alright.
That's some real desperate grabbing. But, you know, she's really gaining popularity. I have seen her stuff. I watched about 6 hours.
This horny ass nigga here,
boy.
boy.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of
6 hours. That's
like
John.
I'm researching, nigga. Like,
John.
For science.
I'm dead ass. Like, I'm not even playing. Y'all can believe me or not, but it was not for fabric purposes.
Trust
like,
me.
Follow him on Twitter.
We
believe you.
No.
Like,
like
I
dead ass follow
Twitter.
him on Twitter.
I deleted my Twitter. I had to delete it.
Really?
Yeah, nigga. I was going through it this week, so.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm glad you're still here with us, man.
Oh yeah. No,
Still the bitch though. Like, don't ever.
If you'd have seen his retweets, like you would have dead ass seen.
Like, you the homie, but fucking get out.
You seen some fire ass. This nigga done got up.
I got up in a good mood. I survived Valentine's Day. This nigga right here.
It's all love, bro.
Hey, man, it's a commercial holiday anyway.
You made it 1 year, you'll make it another.
Just a quick humbling.
I'm like Valentine's Day. All you gotta do is just clobber your meat and.
I did it. I was too busy researching, man. Because this shit is shit that we can take advantage of. I literally thought about it. I was like, if this is the amount of clout that you get for having titties out on 3D models, I'm gonna make me. I downloaded the software last night, motherfucker. I'm serious.
You gonna make one? You gonna cash in?
Yeah, dude.
But
I'm doing it. I'm not even gonna pretend.
Don't you gotta put like AI with it so it moves and? Like,
yeah. They got it on Steam. It's on Steam, dude. Like you can rig up an entire like face model to follow with your camera. And then fucking like, and you can just do live stream. I'm thinking about just doing like, not live streaming at first, but just rigging it up so that I just do things. I record videos. And I just have like this cute little fucking anime girl face. And I just
that nigga gonna be like a high key catfish.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm doing.
I'm like, ooh, anime girl, you look good. It's a nigga.
Motherfuckers, like, I subscribe to like
make
2
that money,
OnlyFans
nigga.
in my life, and motherfuckers charge you like, there are some people out there that will charge you $20 to have an OnlyFans full of nothing but previews that ain't but 10 seconds, and then they'll send you private messages saying their 7-minute video is worth $25. I won't in.
That's the finesse.
I won't in. I won't mind. But anyway, Project Melody.
Did you pay the $20?
I don't know what y'all got to say about it, but yeah, Project Melody. Subscribe, nigga.
I would say it's interesting because it's literally like the machine taking over. It's the the sex worker version of the machine taking over my job shit.
Yep.
Where like the factory take over, they got automated workers and shit. But I think it's a little not silly, but it's like of course there's gonna be a chunk of people that come to see like a literal anime girl that moves in quote unquote real time and stuff. And, and reacts.
It's a VTuber pop up.
But
like Kizuna Ai gets fucking she's a fucking the most
AI,
popular.
It's basically a fucking React YouTuber.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. But she gets fucking she gets contracts with the Japanese government,
which is cool.
She has more subs
But
than
I
us.
think it's important to establish that it shouldn't impact any other markets. It's literally its own lane.
It's a niche market.
It's like, okay, there's a lot of people that want to subscribe to this anime
There's
girl
a lot of girls
because they're into that.
Yes, and there's a lot of girls that don't understand that shit, and they're like fucking thinking their pockets is about to get touched. I'm like,
No, I'm like, your pockets aren't impacted. Because
yeah, like there are people who literally are not into this,
Right.
and will keep on subscribing to your chatterbait, your fucking OnlyFans, and your minivids that you overcharge for. Honey, you're gonna be fine. Trust me.
A-okay.
Okay, you're gonna be fine.
So
like, she's starting her own lane. She's gonna be replaced. I guarantee.
Oh, absolutely.
Year and a
Like-
half by somebody
like
who has
bigger
better
titties,
rig.
bigger ass. Like
Probably me.
there's gonna be some people that's gonna be making some crazy shit
Oh,
now
yeah.
that they know that that type of thing is viable.
Give me a month. I got it.
That nigga John
I got
finna
this.
corner the market.
He
I want this shit.
John
man.
finna wild out, man.
If I need
That's
like
that's
4
horny
girls,
ass nigga
if
over
I'm
there,
hiring, like I ain't gonna pay you nothing right now because we started.
Nigga,
But
you're literally
like,
making money off of this, nigga. If
fucking-
you don't cut them a check,
no, I'm gonna cut him a check, man. Like,
Later.
we starting off,
you'll
man.
get them delayed gratification
We started from the
checks.
ground, dog. Like
Commission.
shit.
Hey, man. Hey,
We started from the ground,
Hey,
my
girl.
nigga. Like
you did a good job, man.
dead ass. I'm gonna give you some.
I got you.
I'm gonna pay you attention.
I'm gonna holler
next
at
time
you in a
talk to
minute.
me.
You finna get hella exposure for this.
You about to
Don't
get
worry,
some-
you got this. Like
I'm
you're
gonna do the P Diddy route. I'm just gonna fucking have him on the track for
you're
a
just
little
gonna
bit.
rob everybody. That's
Just
what you're
fucking
doing.
keep him in. I'll keep him in the house and be like, I'm shutting down the
I
studio.
gotta shut the studio down.
I need a sugar cookie.
Take that. I'm gonna go ahead and shut down the studio. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta
Hey.
close it. We ain't turning a profit like I thought we would, so it's time to shut it down.
It's pretty
Yeah.
crazy. I'm
Bad
taking
boy.
all your publishing anyway. I take
boy.
that. I take that. Yeah.
Mace, you suck my dick.
Jesus.
Mace, I'm not letting you out your contract. You better pay me what the white people trying to pay for you. Yeah. Take that.
But yeah, man, y'all are everybody that's not in that lane has nothing to fucking worry about.
Oh, yeah, y'all be
your
fine.
your pockets are safe.
Like if you was earning like $5 a month from being a cam girl, then you gonna continue to earn
$5
your little funky ass $5 a month, my
You ain't
nigga.
gotta worry. Your church's budget is gonna be there. Shit.
If you getting hand over fist wilding out on the sites, you still gonna make the same money.
Oh, yeah,
It's just more horny niggas coming to play to see that.
Step your game up. I want to see a
It's
world
not even that.
where
Like they can
only-
do the exact same thing.
No, that's
they're
what I'm
doing.
saying. I don't want them to. I want them to suffer. I want them to get the rig.
Okay, that's
I want them
John
to
over
try and step their shit up. I want them to fucking fail so that when they grow up and to be part of these fucking, they're gonna be the equivalent of all the women that are fucking like that still rally against heavy metal. People are still talking about. People are. There was an article that just got written like in the last week of people talking about you can spin metal records backward and hear a satanic message.
Are we still doing that?
My nigga, it's still
My
happening.
favorite one was like when they lied on Jay-Z.
Yeah,
they played the record backwards. That was like chopped. It was 6 murder Jesus. I'm like, what?
Nigga, what are you talking
These
about?
are like 10 years ago. That was a fun time when like niggas was like decoding quote unquote Illuminati
Niggas are
messages.
still doing that shit right now, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, so this is the world we're still living in. We've all gone to heck. We've gone to heck in the
It's on
handbasket.
the HE double hockey stick.
We're going to HFIL, Home for Infinite Losers.
M.I.
You know who I met down there in Hiffle?
Who you met, bro?
Fucking Blizzard, dog. The
Oh,
whole company. The entire fucking company.
it's like they closed their eyes and they opened it up,
whole-
and all they saw was fire and brimstone and Stan.
Like, nigga, it's not Blizzard no more. It's fucking, it's Hellfire. It's Brimstone.
It's bad.
That's what y'all gotta
It's
change
really
the name
fucking
to.
bad. Like
Like,
we touched on Blizzard some time ago.
Yeah,
about
like, it
them
seems
fucking
like
up
every few months.
Right, because like they was fucking up with what was it, Warcraft 3?
Yeah, Warcraft 3. I think
they can't stop.
That was last podcast, or no, that was podcast before.
I would say 2 podcasts ago.
Yeah,
with the Reforged debacle.
Because like they were fucking up with Warcraft 3 Reforged, Refund,
yada yada.
And now I don't want to call it a power move, but in a move, they've taken all of their games off of every streaming service basically that isn't either EA, Blizzard, or Activision owned, which kind of hits Nvidia, because that was like one of their big selling points. Like if you buy their graphics card, you get access to their cloud service, which gives you access to one free Blizzard game like upon installation.
Right.
And Nvidia also, basically Nvidia was doing what the Stadia was doing, just not to that degree.
Yeah. So
like you could play it on any browser or any service as long as you logged in to your cloud account.
Yeah.
That's gone. So now you have to basically have a Battle.net account or an Activision account to play any of their fucking games now.
It's like, clearly, this is a case of clear sabotage, because
self-sabotage.
Why the fuck would you like pull something like that and pull out of an agreement on that level? Because I'm like, damn, like y'all niggas is assholes, dog.
Like I don't think Blizzard cares anymore to even keep up like the appearance of like being a video game company anymore.
Again,
like a video game company in the traditional sense. Like we're here to make products for people to have fun and families to enjoy.
We thought we were going one franchise at a time. Now it's just
people are pigs. We will put you in the pens we want you to be in, and you will eat the slop that we tell you to eat, because you're not going to change. Because what the fuck are you going to do? Not buy our products?
Okay.
Overwatch is next.
Like it really is, bro. Like,
you got the raid shit going.
Overwatch
is next, bro.
Easily next.
Overwatch ain't Overwatch. It's over. It's just over.
And it's like, and it was one of the fears that I had kind of with the digital era would be that eventually it would go the same route as TV.
Yeah.
Like where you had, back in the day it was just Netflix and Hulu. And now you have HBO Go, Stars Plus, ESPN app,
Showtime,
CBS, Showtime,
DC Universe,
NBC, Disney Plus, and I'm just like,
there was a Yahoo streaming service.
Yeah, like there was a Yahoo streaming service for
Crackle.
a bit. And I'm like, now you're basically you're taking away not only the availability of the game, but the accessibility of it as well. Because now you're trying to say, okay, well, if you want to play these games, you have to buy them from us and subscribe to our service. And then you have other companies that see that business model as like, oh, well, all the money goes to us. Shit, let's pull our games.
Right.
So now you have to come to us and subscribe to us. And it's like, where do we draw the line?
And it's like, in prior conversations, like off mic that I've had, like I've predicted that like everything is going to move to a subscription model.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not good, because it's like we don't own anything anymore.
Right.
We pay,
leasing it.
Like we're leasing everything. So it's like when companies pull their content off of these streaming sites, we have no way to access it.
Yep.
Like I think one of the best examples, like low key, is like the Scott Pilgrim game. Like if you don't have a PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 or anything from that console generation, you have no way to play it.
Exactly. I've never had a chance to play that game.
Yep.
And I found out about it while I was on the PS4 generation. And I'm like, oh, this actually sounds like a nice old school beat 'em up. Let me try and find this game.
Nah, man.
Nah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, but in these cases is when I always say, I encourage people to steal it. Fuck it.
We don't steal it, dude. We monkey D. Luffy it. You can't say that.
And it's the same thing with.
Oh yeah. I guess we're professionals now.
It's the same thing with music too, because like
don't steal it. Just
commandeer
it.
Just yar it.
Yeah, commandeer it. Fucking
get it how you need to find it.
Goddamn. What do they call
Procure
it?
Procure it.
Manifest destiny it.
All media is on-site procuration.
Yes. That's what I encourage, especially for companies like this who do fucking bullshit that is purposely meant to screw the consumer, and they are just blatant about it. They're brazen about it. They don't give a fuck what you think. They said we're gonna just.
I understand you want to make your money through like the titles that you put out. I get that, but at the same time, it's like to be so draconian and snatch everything from everybody, and then we're just creating these little segments of different streaming like versions of everything. I'm like, eventually, the market is going to correct itself.
Oh yeah,
it always does. Like with all these streaming sites we got for content, eventually shit's gonna die out for all the lesser competitors, and it's gonna combine into probably like 3 streaming sites. And it was like that with cell phones. I think like cell phone carriers is probably like the best example of that. Because like it was a gang of different cell phone carriers like back in the day. Now it's just Verizon and hell, T-Mobile and Sprint are merging now. Like that's official.
So it's basically Verizon.
We have a big 3 to choose from. And that's it. I mean, unless you want to get like Boost Mobile or like all that other shit. But even then, that's just like subsidiaries of the big 3.
They use their towers.
Right.
So you're still.
Those niggas are making money regardless.
Yeah. And the perfect example of like, I guess kind of like that exclusionary rights would be the MLB and BAM. Like, I forgot what the acronym stood for, but it's basically like an agreement that the MLB entered in like 10 years ago that none of the content or merchandise could be sold or streamed through any other third party that wasn't owned by the MLB. Name me 2 baseball players.
Justin Verlander and Jose Altuve.
You don't count.
Both of which are on the fucking cheating-ass Astros. We don't talk about sports on this podcast like that. We don't. My God,
we literally had a Kobe tribute like weeks ago.
That ain't really the sport itself.
No. Kobe's beyond.
But like the point being is like if LeBron does a bounce pass to one of his teammates, that shit's on Twitter within the hour.
Yes,
1.5 million views. When was the last time you saw a baseball highlight that wasn't like either on the MLB network or part of an MLB subsidiary with the ESPN?
No, you're not gonna see an MLB highlight tweeted by Bleacher Report.
Right, like, and that's the thing. That's how basically like pipelining your content goes. Yeah. Like, sure, you make hella money up front, but in the long run, like, your brand disappears.
Absolutely. Like, and baseball is always they lose to fucking hockey in the ratings sometimes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, and that's crazy.
And hockey had to take a season off at one point.
Yeah, they had to shut the whole fucking league down.
Hey,
but,
bro,
I mean, like...
shit ain't sweet right now, bro.
As far as I'm concerned, hockey is a better product to watch. It's more digestible. Like, a lot of people don't understand the rules, but people can figure out what's going on. Baseball is a slow sport.
I like baseball being like in person or being at the actual game.
Actually, that's a participation game.
Right. It is. Like being there and buying in.
Get the chance to swing and actually hit the ball.
It's fire.
It's fun. Or throw the ball.
Or playing is fire.
Yeah.
But watching it on TV, it's like I'm not invested.
You have to be real suburban.
It's just like fucking golf, man. Like, golf is it is.
I don't even think I can watch golf in person.
I don't watch golf. I don't watch golf on TV. Playing it is actually fun. Like, that might just be like, subjective view on it, but like I actually enjoy that shit.
When Tiger retires, I'm done with golf. That's what I'm just gonna straight say.
I mean, Tiger's gonna play probably until he's about
he's like 50.
80.
Well, yeah,
you know how black don't crack.
He cheats on his wife again. They ban him from the sport, but I don't care.
Can't ban Snowman.
It's low key wild that like he lost endorsements because he cheated on his wife.
He lost endorsements. They took ain't nobody finna play Rory McIlroy PGA Tour. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh, that was a good reference. I like that.
Get the fuck out of here.
They took him because like they just changed it to PGA Tour, but they still had Tiger on the cover.
Because they knew better. It's like,
but we don't want this cheating nigger on the cover.
That is the face of golf, bro. Yeah, like it or not, that is the face of golf.
For like 3 decades,
he single-handedly got black people into golf. Like,
and he is just like,
had there been no Tiger, nobody would give a single fuck about golf.
Y'all That niggas wouldn't even have got the golf. Y'all wouldn't even have golf games.
I do like Arnold
That
Palmer
shit is
though.
like it. Oh yeah. No.
Delicious.
Like that's part of ESPN when you're on Sports Center when they start recapping golf. That's where you go check the other channels.
Oh man,
See what's
Stephen
going
A
on.
went to go take a smoke break at that point.
It's like, no, man. Like, I mean, when you have so many options like football, basketball, UFC. I mean, hell, boxing. Like, boxing is making a comeback. Speaking of which, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury next week.
Can't
next
wait.
Saturday.
That nigga's a menace.
Can't wait.
Woo!
Y'all wanna watch that shit?
Hell yeah, I want to watch that shit.
Hell yeah.
Like,
I was about to say, I low key want to go somewhere like get some wings and watch that bitch. But
Fuck yeah, man. Like,
I'm down.
I mean,
I'm
I'm down for whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
should do that.
If y'all want to come by, I can pirate. I mean, I can find that shit.
oh yeah, nah.
Or
Sports Search.
You should go to yard.com.
Yarr,
That's a great site. Yard.
Oh, yeah, speaking of
Shiver me
vagabonds,
timbers.
so yeah, I saw Birds of Prey last week.
Oh God, you're infested.
What are you talking about? I like that movie. It's a good
I'm just
movie.
fucking with
So
you.
that's like most of the crowds.
I
tend to
appreciate
say-
you. Appreciate it.
Tend to say it's a good movie. Like I think it's got a audience. I mean, reviews are like super subjective. Don't ever look
Especially
at a
like
review and
with
decide
women
whether
in
you
the
should
lead.
see-
Oh
right.
man, you already know. Like
Don't ever take a review as like
gospel.
written in stone that this is why you should or shouldn't view content.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a fire movie. I guess just like super quick synopsis. Like it was a fun movie. Like it was nice to like have the stakes like dial all the way the fuck down. Instead of saving the world, it's just like Harley Quinn's journey to independence.
Yep.
It's like it establishes Harley. We got their version of Cassandra Cain. And then we had the formation of the Birds of Prey as well, which was fire. Like, it was nice, good actor and actress performances. Fucking Obi-Wan put his foot in that role.
Like every
It's
clip
fucking-
that I've seen of Black Mask has just been
That nigga
fire.
was wild, dog. I'm just like, that nigga crazy. But he did his thing. His girlfriend did her thing as a huntress as well. Because like the 15 minutes we saw her, she like smoked. she smoked every scene she was in. Like she was like really awkward. That shit was funny. But like it was really balanced. It was like done well. It was tasteful. Like it was cool. But of course, with anything that's female centric, we got a lot of crazy fucking takes on the internet.
If you go woke, you go broke.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like,
Fuck yeah.
dude, bros and neckbeards been wildin'. Like, fuck. Cause like, I want to say it stumbled like out the box office for US. I'm hearing it did really well. Like, I don't have the exact numbers, but it did really well worldwide. So it's gonna at least make its budget back. Like, I hope it does well enough to warrant a sequel, because I would like to see these characters again.
Like it's just there were a lot of a lot of issues in the marketing.
Oh my God.
The fact that like maybe people found out there was a Harley Quinn movie happening like at the 13th hour.
Yeah, like you waited too long to market it. Also, you marketed it completely like just comic book fans are gonna appreciate this, but they are not the mainstream audience. You can't put out a movie like Suicide Squad and then say, hey, we're gonna make a spin-off to that movie, and then not even include the titular character in the title. Had it been called Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, which is what it was in fucking comics, would have been A-okay. Would have been fine.
I don't even feel
change
like
that title.
I don't even feel like that would have been like as much of a difference, because it's like for the few people that saw like the previews, it was nothing but Harley.
Yeah.
I mean, but like that long ass title, like I don't think it did the movie any favors.
Cause like you can't say, hey, you remember that movie from 4 years ago that y'all really didn't fuck with? We got a spinoff coming for it. Like that, no.
Real
not
quick.
at all.
I'm on Variety. Variety.com. Birds of Prey cost a reported $82 million to produce, with executives at rival studios putting that number as closer to $100 million due to the CGI and sets and shit. And estimating the film needs to make around $100 million domestically As of now, I think they're at 81 million.
Yikes.
That's international included.
Oh man.
So
I don't think
it's not looking good for our girl.
I don't think the R rating did it any favors either.
Like there's actually like a couple of pieces that I could like break down on why I don't think it's doing too hot.
Yeah.
Mainly, once again, going back to the marketing, there was a lot of, and that's why I made the joke of go woke, go broke.
Yeah.
Like, cause there's a limit.
Yes.
Like, there's always a limit of like the shit that you can do and say in regards to a film's target audience before you alienate that target audience.
Yeah.
Like it's like with this fucking interview, Ewan McGregor is like, Birds of Prey is a feminist film that will tackle mansplaining.
That sounds like a great evening at the movies.
That sounds fun for me as a man.
Let me get my popcorn already. Let me get my popcorn.
It's a neutron bomb to like to certain groups, like the really vocal groups that's online.
Right.
As soon as they see the F word, it's like, oh.
And like,
yes,
there's like just these are what I'm about to say is just pure fact, not misogynistic, not trying to say women don't enjoy comic book movies or comic books. This is just 100% fact.
Ruh-roh.
The vast majority of comic book readers are two demographics: teenagers and men. That's just hard fact.
He said the truth.
The majority of moviegoers to watch those same comic book films are children and men. That's just fact. Like, you can pull the data from any site. That is a hard fucking fact. I did it. I did it this morning.
Yeah. No, like, I'm not tripping. Keep going, nigga.
Point. Because, like, after Twitter, once the movie started flopping and it was making the headlines, fucking, I was on Twitter. You know, this is like the last week of that I owned the Twitter and everything was just going to hell.
It'll be back.
Fucking, like, all these women were out there sharing, like, tweet stories. And this is before the 14th. When did Sonic the Hedgehog movie drop?
Yesterday.
Valentine's Day, right?
Officially
the
yesterday.
14th.
Right.
There were people out there sharing tweets talking about I took my kid to go see Sonic the Hedgehog movie before it was released, but I didn't think it was very good or family friendly. But we saw Birds of Prey was open, so we went to take them over to Birds of Prey, and we enjoyed ourselves.
It's review rigging.
Yes,
it's review rigging. Like the same women that did that shit are just like the fucking incels of men that did that shit for Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel.
Absolutely.
It's like, I didn't like that. I didn't like it, dude. Fucking Infinity War was such a better movie, which, to be fair, I mean, it fucking was. But like,
absolutely.
Not because
Captain
Marvel was
disingenuous.
a female lead. Right.
Yeah.
Like, it was 100% out of spite. Like, that shit's never cool to do. But going back to, like, the original statement, you've alienated the two main demographics of people that would go see that movie.
Yes.
By giving it an R rating, which you only did to try and compete with Deadpool because the DCEU is chasing Iron Man 1 shadow.
Like,
as far as cinema goes.
You kind of see the play and how they wanted to try to make Harley their Deadpool.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm like, that movie would have been perfectly fine being PG-13.
If you had a vision, this is the problem with DC movies. Like, their cinematic universe, animated universe is fine, leave it alone.
Right.
But the cinematic universe, every movie, save for maybe one or two, feels like a product. It feels like Iron Man 3 or Thor Dark World. You know, the bottom tier fucking Marvel movies that are just there to be like an obligation.
Yeah. I still feel like Iron Man 2 was that movie, not Iron Man 3. But
yeah, no, I said Iron Man 3.
No, I'm saying I feel like Iron Man 2
Iron Man 2 is your bottom two?
Because it was Iron Man 1. We just threw in two extra villains.
Yeah,
I guess. Literally Iron Man.
And everything was so decisive in that movie, but like, regardless.
Or in The Incredible Hulk, let's say that way. Okay, it's there because of an obligation, or that it's there because it's trying to fill a gap that they feel they need to fill. Suicide Squad, that was their attempt at Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
Fucking Justice League, that was their attempt at the Avengers.
Yep.
They didn't do anything right. with either of those movies.
It's like when they started to move towards doing their own thing, it got better results. Like Wonder Woman was received well, did well.
But then they felt
Aquaman was good. Shazam was good.
Shazam was good. So it's like it seemed like the DCEU was learning because like it was like, well, let's just channel why these people like these characters, and double down on that instead of trying to replicate a formula.
And that's the crazy thing because once again, this is another situation with Harley Quinn that the animated universe is succeeding better than the cinematic one because Harley Quinn has a fucking cartoon now.
Yeah,
that is on
funny as
which is
fuck.
funny.
I'm hearing it's fire. I still haven't seen it.
Like that shit is gas.
But
bro.
yes, that's what I'm saying. They can't get cinema right because they're either A, trying to copy Marvel in a very bad way, like do everything wrong that makes Marvel charming, and two, it's just like they want to try and virtue signal almost, or gaslight, or whatever the fuck the term is, to try and garner like attention, but not because of the film, but because of a quote unquote message that's within it, and it does nothing but hurt yourself. The Emoji Movie already had everything going against it before it was released, but then, the lead actor was on the fucking red carpet talking about how this is a feminist film. The Emoji Movie was a feminist film.
What?
And yes, that's what I'm saying. This is how they're trying to sell things, and it never works, but they still do it.
I mean,
I don't know why.
I feel like this is a lesson that the DCU is just gonna have to take on the chin.
Because like I said, you alienated two of the main demographics that would have gone to see the movie, and then got mad when they didn't go see the fucking movie. Like, the R rating keeps kids out, and then you have things like all of these reviews that are getting retweeted by the staff of the movie. Just Birds of Prey is the chaotic, sparkly, queer, misandrous comic book movie of my dreams. In the fucking review, you're admitting that you think that it has a misandrous view.
Oh God!
Why?
That tweet gives me cancer.
And I'm just like,
why?
And also, there was a fucking sorry, Dad.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Bro.
It's just like this article just popped in my mind, and I couldn't believe it when I read it, and that's why I repressed it. So, there is an article that was talking about Birds of Prey is the best DC action movie ever created.
That's cap.
That's super cap.
Because we just gonna ignore the Nolan trilogy exists? Or Man of Steel?
Exactly what I'm saying.
I don't even like Man of Steel, but really?
I will take Superman 1 with Christopher Reeves, okay, as a better movie. Okay? I haven't even seen Birds of Prey. I will do it. I don't give a fuck.
Alright, nigga.
Okay? Alright? And technically speaking, since we're talking about theatrical releases, technically wasn't Batman Mask of the Phantasm a theatrical release?
Yes, it was.
Yes, that has better action. I would even take that.
It's animated, bro. Like, it better have better action.
You can push the limits with animation.
But regardless,
but it's still fact.
They bungled the Harley Quinn movie. Yeah. I hope we do get to see these characters again. I like Margot Robbie as Harley, I liked everybody as the Birds of Prey. It's a cool movie. Like, when you take all of the internet shit that they did around this movie, it's a cool movie.
It's a solid movie.
That's what kills me. It's like people are like throwing their agendas at these movies. Maybe they did have an agenda with this movie,
but it's not as like horns and fire as everybody tries to make it out to be.
Because it's like the thing, we're in the perspective of women. So if you're a woman, of course you're gonna be dealing with dumbass dudes,
right?
If you're
on the regular, it is what it is.
And it's gonna sound weird after having said all of that, but I don't like the notion that men have that just because a movie is either primarily female or female led, that there's some kind of agenda behind it, or that just because, or that comic book movies can't be political. I'm like, nigga, most heroes are political. They're rooted in some type of rebellion against a larger fucking
There was
force.
a fucking movie called Civil War that I remember.
Right.
It was pretty
Captain America was created during World War II. to be like the antithesis of fucking Hitler.
He punched Hitler on the cover.
Yeah, he's punched Hitler on the cover of it, man.
And Civil War itself was actually like the Avengers going against the government.
Yeah, they were going against the government.
That was a political movie.
X-Men is literally civil rights, the comic series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's like all of these comics have some type of origin in either a political agenda or a social agenda. Every comic book hero has one. You can pick one, and I guarantee you that it's rooted somewhere. Daredevil, disabilities.
Yeah.
Niggas, how the fuck? This is funny. That's why I'm laughing already. How the fuck niggas didn't see that shit? I don't know. I don't know how niggas missed it. It's in every fucking series. You done?
Yeah.
All right. Niggas wildin'.
But like,
that joke was so good I had to make sound effects.
It's just the dichotomy, man. Like on one side you have like the peanut gallery just hooting and hollering that this is like the best thing since fucking unprotected sex. And then on one side it's just like, oh man, women-led comic book movies are trash because they're women-led comic book movies. And like that shit, it needs to stop on both sides.
That one,
it does.
That particular take is it's going to be relevant to our next subject in a sort of off sense, but this mental wall that people put up with gender and fucking like things that and
gender roles, and
as soon as they hear that term, they're just like, you're a fucking left-wing feminist,
okay, cool.
SJW nonsensical person. But at the same time, you're just like, you're an idiot.
You're fucking dumb.
You are fucking actually stupid. So it's just people need to take a chill. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't give a review of it. But as soon as I read like the article title saying it was the best DC action movie, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and give it some time. Let that shit. But then again, according to the fucking money that they're making, the theater's gonna be empty anyway. So
and it wasn't the fault of men.
Fuck no.
It wasn't our fault that this movie tanked.
More men saw the movie than women. They actually fucking did a poll and actually checked it. Mm-hmm. More men actually saw the movie.
Just like Batwoman, man. That shit had 1.2 million viewers on its pilot. Batgirl, sorry. Like that shit had 1.2 million viewers on its
CW show?
pilot. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's Batwoman. It's Batwoman.
1.2 million followers or viewers for the pilot. By episode 2, that should have dropped down to 600,000.
Her costume looks really weird. She looks like
it's a CW show.
CW show.
Like at this point,
the bad thing is it's a poorly written CW show too.
So it's a CW show.
Oh my god, fuck! I like Gotham for like
Everybody Hates
3
Chris
seasons.
That was a Fox show.
Everybody
I
Hates
swear
Chris
that shit started on the CW.
Oh, I would say Everybody Hates Chris because I remember watching it on.
Well, I mean, no, I'm just strictly talking DC, CW.
Right.
Nah, everything else it's whatever.
Maury, maybe.
I would say CW, or I mean not CW, but Everybody Hates Chris is super underrated in terms of black sitcoms. But
absolutely,
we could do that another
top
day.
Tier.
Yeah,
top tier,
easily.
Also, Bernie Mac show.
Recipes.
We keep going.
But niggas got a lot to say about children that aren't theirs this week.
Let me tell you,
they don't even talk to their own kids. Talking about other kids.
Like everybody's lions this week.
Like
the Lions things just keep going.
I'm just trying to figure out like where the whole sentiment came from. Like why another parent needs your respect as a parent.
We're gonna have to provide some context on what we were talking about.
That's fair. I'll go get to it.
The intro,
but like
just kind of gently.
Dwayne Wade's daughter,
underrated.
For the context of the conversation, Dwayne Wade's son wants to identify as female. He wants to undergo the transition, get put on hormones, change his name to Zion.
Yes,
perfectly fine.
Right.
Niggas. Niggas.
They be wild,
man. And I say that I don't even mean niggas is just in men or black men. I mean niggas is in the collective of the internet that is against it.
Internet show the fuck
had
up. and out.
hella shit to say. A bunch of shit to say about this nigga's transition. And like the first section of the first group is, you're too young to do that. That's the first group. Nigga, how the fuck is a child too young to know how they feel?
Right.
Or what they want to identify as?
Because just to provide even more context when it comes to how you feel about things. Like, I remember being a kid and watching, like, Maya videos. And, you know, I felt a little tingle. Yeah, like, I'm just, like, watching Maya. I'm like, I don't know what I want, but I want her.
That. I want that.
And it's like, a lot of people had those experiences probably around that same time.
Yeah.
And I can tell you personally, because I've talked with trans women before, and I've dated trans women before, and talking to them about their like early upbringing and childhood, you can tell when like a person who's trans and it's like a woman, she's like, she goes through their fucking like childhood when they were just confused, and they knew that they were trans at an early age, but because their parents, their school, and everyone else didn't fucking recognize it, they wound up getting a lot of bullying, and their parents didn't support them, so they wound up getting abused at home. There's a statistic that says that like more trans people wind up killing themselves, but if you actually talk to trans people, it's because they get bullied from the day and told that their identity, like themselves, they don't exist, and there's something functionally wrong with them existing. And it's like, no wonder there's a higher suicide rate in that fucking community.
Because it's basically like communal suppression.
Yes.
And like, I don't, it's based off of like the comments and like the attitude towards this shit, I can honestly say it's more prevalent in black homes than any other race of homes that I've seen.
Absolutely.
And it's just like,
don't let them be down south too.
Right, like you're only gonna delay the inevitable, man. Like if your child at any age decides, I think I might be gay, I think I might be trans, I think I might be asexual, and you tell them, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, or no,
like,
you're not.
You're right. You're only gonna delay it until they turn 18 or until they move out.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna happen anyway.
If they make it that far.
Right. Because I'm like, you can help pick out dresses, or you're gonna be picking out caskets. Like that's just the hard fact of it. Like, telling a child that they aren't allowed to know themselves is like one of the most dangerous things you could do as a parent.
Absolutely.
Children are not property. They're your responsibility. Like, if they have those questions, answer them to the best of your ability.
And
like, you're supposed to guide them.
Do they think that D-Wade didn't do that?
That's what I'm saying.
Do they think that they weren't sitting down? I remember when he showed a picture of him and his kid fucking with fingernail polish. And motherfuckers freaked the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
When the kid was wearing fingernail polish, people were like, "Hey man, that shit ain't right. You ain't supposed to do all that shit, man. He's a boy. You ain't supposed to wear no fingernail polish."
Men wore fingernail polish all the way up to like the 17th century, right?
We're lions.
Oh my god. That and
We are lions.
I remember the picture that D-Wade posted of like him having toenail polish on. He got like hella backlash from that.
Of course.
Like, if anything, I felt like that was like a move of solidarity.
Oh yeah.
With his daughter as well, because like probably to just let his daughter know what the fuck,
I'll support
what the fuck
you.
is coming.
Right. It's like, nigga, that man makes way too much money to be concerned about anybody's opinions on his parenting skills.
And his house, too.
Right, and his house.
I'm just like that's been, I think, my entire thing with this. It's just like, that's his house.
Right.
He's loving his daughter out loud and publicly because, one, they know the gravity of the situation.
Right.
Because D-Wade is a public figure.
Yep.
Yes.
Gabby Union, she is a public figure.
Yep.
So it makes sense that they love their daughter out loud because they already know like the streets are gonna be coming for them.
Yep.
Like soon as they catch more wind of Zaya, and as she comes more into her own, and the fact that they've supported her this early as well, because like, I don't really care what other people do at their house as long as it's not harmful to the children.
To the fucking children.
And this is the opposite of that. This is actually them showing mad support and actually being good parents.
And it's super important, and I think it's a good example, like in general, of not just like supporting like a trans kid, but just supporting your kid in general in whatever endeavors.
Yeah, because like niggas that didn't know their father or only see their kids when the government tells them to see their kids.
They had a lot to say.
Have a lot to say about somebody actively being involved.
Supervised
in their
visit face
lives.
ass.
Some were on fire with the many tweets that they were
and it's
making.
just like it's crazy, bro. Like you're supposed to support your kids, and like there seems to be just this overwhelming air of quote unquote I support everybody, but not in my house.
But.
Yeah,
that's
the but.
That's
I'm like,
the butt of bigots.
Right, I'm like, nigga, if you have to make a statement and follow it up with a but, then you don't believe in that original statement.
Exactly.
You're just trying to like maintain or collect your social points.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, if you can't say you support trans people, but you wouldn't let your son or daughter be trans. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
That's just straight up not how that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Works.
It's like this is the you know. Well, I guess previous generation, but I guess there are folks our age too that are as stupid as
Like
that.
I'm seeing it. Like
Yeah.
people our age, like some of our peers are like wilding.
Yeah.
Like it's not a good look.
In my house, boys is gonna be boys. I'm like, so basically, you trying to live vicariously through your son,
So
or like you're so concerned about your
image, yes,
that you try to dictate your child's life. And as somebody that grew up constantly hearing about how shit wouldn't affect me, but how it would make them look. Nah.
oh
Nah,
yeah.
we don't do that
Oh, I had that a lot.
Like, nigga, like if I was ever in a situation where I could possibly get in trouble, it wasn't like we want you to make it home safe, or we don't want you like to go to jail because that could look bad on you. It was always, how would this look? Yada yada yada. Son is in jail. I'm
Yep.
like, nigga, okay.
Or it's like when I didn't want to go to church,
Right.
it's like, hey, yeah, I'm not feeling this. Well, I'm a deacon, so
Okay.
you know,
Cool.
how would it look if I'm a leader of the church and I can't even get my own kids? I'm like, I don't.
give a fuck.
This shit is boring.
I don't care.
I don't like going to this
Like
shit.
that's straight up facts, man. Like,
you know,
once again, like just black home, black Southern home, bruh. Like you were going to church regardless. And it was like,
Right.
Yeah.
and I can't tell you how many conversations I had about like either me falling asleep in church or not paying attention. I'm like, nigga, I don't want to be here.
I'm like, I don't want to be
Like
here.
I told you, this was when I was like, I wasn't even a kid, dude. This is when I was like 17, 18, going into my 20s. I'm like, I told you that I didn't want to be here. You made me come here and
Right.
then got mad at the result of me being forced to come here.
Right, I'm like, I don't
Nah, I
want to be
mean-
here. This shit boring.
Right.
Like, when
I've
I was
learned
17
everything I need to learn in middle school with this shit.
Once I was
Which is-
17, 18, getting ready to move out of the house, I just stopped going.
Yeah.
Like, my mom would be coming in, hey, we're going to get ready for church. All right,
Cool.
y'all have fun.
Y'all got it?
I'm asleep.
Cause like I used to
got
have
work.
I used to have to finesse, bro. Like I was like, look, man, like I'll go to another church and I ended up fucking around for 2 hours, then coming back home.
Yeah.
Like that was just how I got around it until I moved out and never went back. Like
Yeah.
then you can't raise kids the way you were raised, bro. Like they're being raised for a different generation, a different era.
That's one of the things that always bothered me about parents, and like I'm just raising it when people talk about like whippings and spankings and how it's like objectively figured out scientifically that that's negative. That does detrimental harm.
That doesn't help.
But it's like when you bring that kind of thing up, it's like, well, that's just how I was raised.
Right. Or it happened to me, so I'm gonna enforce the behavior that I didn't
It's
like.
literal
And I
gang
turned
member
out okay.
mentality.
Right.
Oh, I got jumped in, so we gonna jump everybody in, cuz.
And it's crazy, like how as opposed to seeing the shit stop or stopping the shit, like people have this mentality of, well, it happened to me, so why should anybody else get off scot-free?
Exactly.
Like that's
Yeah.
the whole point. Like it happened to you. You
Yeah.
know how you felt about it.
Yep.
Why the fuck would you put that shit on
And
somebody
basically
else?
just admitting that we're going to raise you just like how we were raised. When I was always told, raise them to be better than you.
Yeah, like y'all niggas were raised in the 60s, bro. Like so much has fucking changed between
Right.
like the 60s and 70s, like, y'all could get called Negro publicly, bro. Like, there's so much different between the 30 years ago that y'all
they
were
call
raised,
you boy publicly.
right, and me being raised in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, that's 3 decades of social change.
Yes.
Like, you cannot raise children in the era you grew up in. Like, that's just, it's not a fact. And that's perfect example of why. Because, like, now, you know, people are openly trans, openly gay. They have the confidence to do that. They also have
a society that's supporting. They got way more support.
Right, they have way more support than they would have, like, say, in the 50s and 60s.
But the venom is still out here.
Right, like, it's still there. And, like, that whole, I hate that. I cannot wait for, man. I hate that crowd of just outright deniers. It's like, oh man, trans people weren't a thing when I was growing up. Yes, they were.
Yeah, they were.
You just would have killed them.
Yeah. Like they say that about, they still say that about gay people.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, gay people, trans people have existed way before America was America, man. Like, even the natives realized that, you know, multiple spirits could occupy the same body, what we call non-binary.
Right.
Or like people wanting to be bisexual. Like, that was because, like, okay, cool, you found yourself in 2 people. Awesome, great, whatever. Yeah. Like, nigga, this shit is, it's so in play. It's been in play forever.
Yep.
Just because you wanted to deny it doesn't mean you can doesn't take away its existence.
And by the way, just us acknowledging trans people and gay people actually exist and have a right to exist is not the same as us acknowledging every other, like, extreme, like people who want to try and identify themselves as like a wolf or a helicopter.
Oh yeah,
or like
yeah.
that. There was an old story that I remember of like a 40-year-old married man with children who said he identified as like an 8-year-old girl. And, like, he went out and got some old people to adopt him, and he, like, plays around with their, like, niece.
You need help.
Yeah, like, he's sick.
I mean,
like, that's actually a thing.
Like,
yeah, no, I remember that.
There are extremes and nuances to everything.
Yeah, but acknowledging that trans people exist
and, like,
is not the same as acknowledging every other wacko idea. Because it's not a wacko idea.
Niggas have to do, like, major soul searching, bro. Because, like...
And research as well.
Why the fuck does... Especially in this era, why the fuck does 2 supportive black parents, like, educating and learning to grow with their child, enrage so many of y'all?
Because
like, why the fuck is that a thing to get pissed at?
Because they're not like what we were raised with.
Right.
Don't you see?
Like that.
We were raised that there was only 2, and you were what you were, the dangly bits between your legs.
Like shit like this. Like, you would think it's simple. Like, oh wow, it's 2 famous black parents that, like, you know, that are beloved. Like, people love Dwayne Wade. People love Gabby. Like, people love them. And then, like, to see the kind of, like, bullshit that they was getting from people, especially our people,
strangers.
Like, I'm just like, bro, what the fuck, man? They just want to love their daughter and learn.
He just caught that SJW virus, man. Don't you understand?
Oh my god.
He has the SJW virus, left-wing leaning,
because, like,
feminist.
loving your child
Goddamn.
and, like, guiding them as opposed to fucking shooting them down is just
that's
crazy.
That's a left-wing philosophy, apparently.
Liberal logic.
Right. I'm like, oh wow, you love your kid? Oh, that's cool.
That's crazy.
Bitch, you fucking liberal ass,
fucking idiot,
liberal pansy.
Oh, you soft ass motherfucker.
You
yeah, look at you loving
bitch.
your kid and shit.
You low T count ass motherfucker.
Yeah, your wife dominate you. And I'm like, oh man.
I bet you like to take it up the ass too, huh?
Like,
I bet you like to take it up the ass too.
It's real Neanderthalish the way the internet's reacting to it.
There's a couple of tweets. Like, I just want to read some of these and comment on.
Oh
them.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
my
reading time.
favorite time of the podcast. Tweet time.
Our homie, I'm not even gonna say his name. You don't get no points. I was like, he tweeted out. So now Dwayne Wade and his son Zion want to be identified as a female and wants to be called Zaya and is only 12 years old. All respect to D Wade on the court, but I can't respect him as a father.
Who are you?
And son in all caps too.
Hang on.
That folks.
Hang on. Who are you? Who are you?
Exactly. Who are you that another father need your respect. Y'all aren't in the same.
Who
Y'all aren't in the same
are these niggas?
tax bracket. Y'all aren't in the same talent bracket. Y'all aren't in the same parental bracket.
Who are you?
Who are you?
You could have been somebody better, Mr. Ignoramus.
Yeah.
You could
Who are you?
you could have been S class just like Dwayne Wade.
I
as a
don't
father.
respect this guy.
I
Who
don't
are you?
respect him.
Like,
I don't
answer that
respect-
one question.
I don't respect Dwayne Wade. There's another one. It says Dwayne Wade is a closet bisexual, and that's why he's obsessed with his son's sexuality.
Get the fuck out of
There's
here.
so much wrong
You fucking cunt.
with that statement. So, first of all, even if Dwayne Wade was a closet bisexual, what the fuck? Who cares?
That's his business.
Like, who cares?
And
Who
even
cares?
like, it's when people still use like gay or bisexual as a
As
pejorative.
an insult.
It's like, dog, it's 2020, man. Like, honestly, you're straight is becoming a minority.
Right. And, I'm like, and then the
Niggas like options.
And the follow up is like, and that's why he's obsessed with his son's sexuality.
It's not an obsession.
I can't believe that I'm still having to explain to niggas that sex and gender are not the same fucking thing in the big ass year of 2020.
Yeah.
Nigga, you,
Yeah.
the correct tweet would have been he's obsessed with his son's gender identity.
Yeah.
Like,
Even then, it's not an obsession.
it's not an obsession.
It's support.
That's his
It's-
fucking
it's-
child.
It's his job.
Like
really.
that
To
is
guide him.
that is his fucking daughter. Like, nigga, if you're not obsessed with what your child may be going through or having questions with, you're a bad fucking parent.
or
Yeah.
you don't care.
Right,
Like,
or you just straight up don't care what your child is going through.
Because, matter of fact, let's pause for just a split second. Let's say that D Wade doesn't acknowledge this shit at all. It's like we see a bunch of pictures of Zaya, like just on the internet, like living her best life, and then like you never see like D Wade mention her, but
Right.
you always see him talking to like his son that's probably gonna go to the league and stuff.
Yep.
Like people flip that story, be like,
Yep.
"Oh wow, D Wade, so you don't
You're transphobic.
You're
Yeah.
transphobic. You're homophobic. You don't love your kid. That's what you want. That's the kind of time you want. Damn, Gabby, you're married to like literally.
Yeah,
Damn if you do.
There
like
would be-
dead ass. Like they
there
would
be
flip
chaos.
this shit.
Yeah, if he flipped it the opposite way, it would be chaos. But fortunately, Dwayne Wade is on the right side of history on this one, and he understands even the most basic thing. Do you remember when Bill Nye had this show on Netflix, and he actually did one on gender?
Oh, when he saved the world.
Yeah, Bill Nye Saved the World. Yeah. And he actually had an episode on gender, and people lost their shit on that too.
Yo,
And
read
this
that,
motherfucker was just
Yeah.
telling you
Oh yeah.
what the actual science says.
Yeah.
That's all he did.
Everything is on a spectrum, nigga. Like nobody. Science will tell you that nothing is 100% anything. The closest you can get to something is 99, and even then, there's a margin for error.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I just read the tweet.
Yeah.
I just read the tweet.
So-
no.
I'm gonna read it out loud.
Yeah, please.
I'll read it.
Please.
Oh, let me read this one.
You got it?
Can I
Yeah,
read
go
that
ahead.
one? I applaud Dwayne Wade, but as a father myself, are we allowed to ask questions to get a better understanding? Like, was the child molested or raped?
Oh my god.
Where is the biological mother? Does he have any mental conditions? Is it okay to sexualize a little boy at LGBTQP events with perverts?
I want to break it down like sentence by sentence.
Please.
So-
just start.
Oh man.
So
I'm
you
just
you
fucking-
applaud Dwayne Wade for his support, and then immediately contradict the support
It's
you
like,
gave
I'm not
him.
racist, but
Right, like-
proceeds to say a racist ass
Right,
statement.
it's like, are we allowed to ask questions to get a better understanding? If you're talking about of his daughter and how she feels and what she may be going through with her sexuality, not sexuality, well, gender identity and sexuality, because I'm pretty sure there's changes that come with that as well when people transition. But the first sentence was the child molested or raped.
Fuck you.
That implies that you think that people want to transition into a woman because of some type
Out of
of
some
sexual
abuse.
trauma,
Right.
Like,
which is that whole thought process
That's-
is problematic as fuck.
that stigma
1000%.
itself is so prevalent though. People think that all being gay, trans, fucking
stems from trauma.
Just stems from being abused with no evidence.
And it doesn't. And I have
support. And there, maybe some girl got raped by a guy and then she wanted to be a lesbian because she couldn't trust men, right? Right. Totally fucking we get that. But to assume that everyone.
Yeah.
Is like, and not only just the gay, but trans in and of themselves.
Right.
Somebody who's struggling with their gender identity and fucking identifies as a different gender is because of rape. The allegation here is that you respect them as a father, but as a father, you allowed your child to get raped. Hence is why they are going to be trans.
And it's just
go fuck yourself.
And I just have two things with that. Like, for one, I have straight friends that were molested or raped by women.
Yeah.
Yep.
That didn't want to transition.
Yeah.
So like that, there's no logic in that. Secondly, like what you're presenting an actual problem, but you're looking at the symptoms of said problem. So as opposed to questioning why do people rape children, you're questioning like how they feel after somebody has potentially raped or molested them.
Right. Instead of wondering why people are raping
and molesting children in the first fucking
place.
The
rape isn't the problem. It's the fact that he wants to wear a dress.
It's the fact that he feels more in tune with his femininity. That's the issue.
That's really the problem here. We all be fixed. They just went to church.
The second question: where is his biological mother?
She has a fucking Twitter, jackass.
I was about to say, dude, you could have added her.
You could have added her right there, right by D Wade. You fucking bitch ass motherfucker.
I guess for a little bit of context, the Gabrielle Union is not the biological mother of Zaya. Excuse me. And I know it was like some things with the biological mother some years ago when she was like homeless and stuff, and like because like D Wade, he has custody of his children. Like,
rightfully so, I would assume.
Right, because I think like the mom was wilding. I don't have like the exact context, but like that I don't think that's a fair question to ask anyway.
No, it's not.
All right, I tried my previous comment.
Because it doesn't fucking matter. Like the child has a mother in her life,
right,
that supports her. Why the fuck does the biological mother matter? Yeah. Like you niggas shit on adoption so bad, so fucking much. Like it's insane, bro. Like what the fuck does his biological mother offer that an adoptive mother couldn't?
Because I understand that it could cause maybe some static because your bio mom might be tripping. Regardless, it's very disingenuous to ask this question in this context.
Where is his biological mother? No, why are you concerned? You weren't concerned about Zaya's mother. Ever since if Zaya was just like, what's Zaya's previous name? I forget. Fucking if he was
Zion?
I think it was Zion.
Okay, well if Zion was fucking just like a straight boy that was playing basketball and doing whatever the fuck, you would be just like, boy, biological mother, you're not concerned. Boy, D-Wade and Gabriel, you're
absolutely.
Such a great job. But no, because they identify as trans and they identify as female, all of a sudden,
where's his mom?
Why? When were you raped? When were you touched?
Right.
It's like they don't even ask if. It's just like when.
Not who.
Yeah.
Right.
Not even who.
Not who.
Like the who in the second question should be in the first fucking question.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. Does he have any mental conditions? Transitioning. Billy Wildin on again. Like transitioning does not. It's not a mental condition. That's not a mental illness.
And even if you had a mental, let's say that Zaya deals with depression, you can be depressed and trans at the same time.
Yes, you can.
Like those things are not mutually exclusive, man. Like dudes, like straight dudes, put so much into their heterosexuality, like, that it kind of blinds them to the other aspects and nuances of other sexualities. Mm-hmm. Like, gay people are not just constantly thinking about dick all the time.
Right.
Like, nigga, there are gay people that can school me in fighting games.
Right.
There are gay people that can teach me shit about comics.
There are gay people that are actually, like, MMA fighters and boxers and all this other shit.
Like, these people are in the same avenues as y'all,
It's
and
not-
to treat them like they aren't
Yes.
is basically like erasing a whole sect of humanity.
Yeah.
Like that's not.
It's nonsense. And like once again, I don't want to say his name either, but fucking like you're speaking about things that are way outside of your pedigree. Because I guarantee you don't know anything about mental conditions or how to diagnose, let alone how to treat.
Right.
And
I can guarantee you that as a person that had to actually go to therapy and still does,
yeah.
you don't fucking. One thing that you do is be honest with yourself. And if you are honest with yourself and you are trans, that's gonna do you a hell of a lot of good, more good than trying to cover that shit up to try and fit in within what you think things ought to be and fit into society how it ought to look.
And it comes out in other ways too. And
Yeah.
I feel bad because like buddy that tweeted this, he literally has his Abby with a child. Like I'm implying that I think it might be his son or daughter. I'm not sure. I can't tell. But the fact that, you know, he has a kid of his own and he's saying shit like this.
As a father myself,
Okay, well,
are we
yeah.
allowed to ask dumbass questions? Yeah, you ask dumbass questions.
I'm like, you're
all day,
asking
son.
the wrong questions to the kids that just need your support, my nigga.
Right, man. So, like, this guy would, honest to God, see a fucking trans kid get bullied and be like, well, it's good for him. They'll change. This will make him change.
And the last sentence kind of just like
Oh, this just...
reveals everything that you need to know. Like, is it okay to sexualize a little boy at LGBTQ plus events with perverts? So, one,
So you think people are perverts out there?
You think people that belong to that community are perverts?
Or that people will just be
He has
out there
that
just because
stigma
they're
attached to that
perverted.
community.
Right. Like
You can't be gay because you actually identify as yourself. You can only be gay if you've been sexually abused, molested,
You don't know your
raped,
mother.
or if
You
you
have
don't
a
know your
mental
mother,
issue.
or you're a fucking pervert
Or
that
you're a
wants to
pervert.
fuck with a little kid. Fuck you, dude. What
like,
the fuck?
nigga, like the fact that you could just like, oh my god, like just treat a whole community as a monolith, and then attach that type of shit to it. It's like
Yeah.
it's like LGBTQ plus events with pervert. Like everybody
The
out there is a
most
fucking
wild
pervert.
shit.
Like
Like-
niggas out there just trying to express their pride and being able to live as who they are.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, there had to be laws
Yeah.
signed into effect for them to do that.
Quick side note, that's the reason why your little straight pride events ain't shit.
Ain't real.
They
Nigga,
aren't
you've
real.
You've never
Super
been
disingenuous.
oppressed.
I'm like,
yeah.
That's just it's a whole what about me movement.
Yeah.
Like,
do I know what
That
straight
turned
pride
into-
is? Oh, I
Existing.
swiped right on Twitter on Tinder and I went on a date.
right.
There you go.
And straight pride is like
Congrats.
seeing my types of neurotypical relationships displayed publicly,
Expressed.
and
And-
nobody says shit about it.
And reconfirmed to be what is supposed to be.
Right, like that's the
Left
standard.
and right.
Like that's
Like, that's all you see. It's
Right.
like it's straight relationships.
Is it okay to sexualize a little boy?
nobody's
Well,
sexualizing
like-
that fucking child.
Sex-
Sex
it's like,
hasn't
okay.
even came up. I'm
Right.
like that.
No, it's not.
That
Why,
little
now,
baby
why are
is
you
12,
bringing
my
it up?
nigga, like-
Why are you talking about sexualizing little kids, my guy? Like,
got some rooted, deep-seated trauma.
you got a little burner account. With
That
some
baby is
hentai on
12,
it?
my nigga.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
the fuck.
I'm like, she is 12 years old, bro. Like, ain't nobody sexualizing. If anything, you niggas are sexualizing it
Right.
because you still don't understand that
like, y'all-
how somebody feels is completely different versus what they want to fuck.
And
Like,
y'all-
that's not the same shit.
They keep adding that to the conversation. I'm just
Yeah.
like, just like y'all keep moving away from
You're moving the goalposts.
D-Wade and Gabby being supportive to, oh man, that little baby is getting sexualized. I'm like,
This is a problem.
And
That's gonna be, not only has she been abused, she's about to get abused again.
Right.
For God's sake.
so it's like sex hasn't even came up till like the peanut gallery started saying shit.
until
Right.
y'all motherfuckers started talking.
Like, this nigga came out and said, hey, my son wants to transition. I support that. We gonna learn together. And that just sent
That-
you niggas ablaze.
That motherfucker. That's,
Like-
you want to educate yourself, nigga?
Like positive parenting and being open to other walks of life that aren't your own is now a fireable offense
Oh yeah.
in the community.
That's against company policy.
Like, apparently, nigga. Like, I didn't know. I
had no idea.
like, how dare I consider how somebody else might feel ever?
Let alone my own kid.
Like,
No.
how dare I want people to be treated and looked at the way that I'm treated and looked at?
Just need to do some push-ups. That'll weed all that shit out. He'll sweat all that out. Honestly, do some pull-ups. Like he's just their kid is just your kid's just weak, which is what makes you weak. You're weak as a man.
I have this theory that like a lot of folks just have like this negative view of sex, like it's just like a vile act.
Oh, that's not a feeling, dog. That's a fact.
Like it's just this vile act that you can never talk about it, you can never display it, you can never have any pride in it at all, because sex is meant to be one thing.
Consensual between a man and a woman.
It's
only
consensual
when in
between
a
a
bed.
man and a woman. Only missionary. Only when you're in a bed. Only when you're in love. Only when you're married.
Only Fox v Fox.
Final destination. No items.
Oh shit.
That's the only way to play sex.
And I'm just like, bro, people want to sexualize shit that isn't even inherently sexual. Again, we talked about it on the Super Bowl episode.
Yeah.
I'm like, the fucking cultural dances are not sexual.
Inherently sexual.
Like, it's one of those things that gets lost in translation.
Yeah.
Of course, when you don't belong to the culture, you attach your views to the culture.
Oh, yeah.
So, like,
I can tell you what, that halftime show was.
She was fire, dude.
It was fire.
It was good. Like, like from an entertainment standpoint, and as from like a horny nigga standpoint, that shit was great.
Oh, it's satisfying. It hit all the bases.
Right, I was like,
Let's
that shit was fantastic.
Oh, it was amazing.
And it's just like you niggas want to attach sex to everything.
Everything.
Like, ain't nobody sexualizing that nigga. That nigga's wearing clothes. He went to Pride because that's where he feels the most accepted outside of his own home.
Yeah.
And I wonder why, because you have people like this jackass on Twitter talking about all this nonsense, and here's the real fucked up shit. What if he was actually molested in like the past before, like, you know, there was something happened, and this motherfucker is just like bringing it up on Twitter when he just identifies, just comes out as like, and she comes out as Zaya, like fucking, and he just like bringing up all this nonsense about being molested and shit, just digging that shit up and taking a dig, like, oh man, I just can't. I really actually can't fucking do that. Like, it's just stupid.
People are pretty terrible.
Yeah, people can be quite monstrous when they don't fucking
Sexualized.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this. It's just a family photo.
It's a picture of Dwayne Wade and his family. Everybody's out there supporting Zaya. This nigga got on a t-shirt and some pants.
Please remain inclusive and dedicated to equality. Equality.
And you niggas talk about sexualized.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers.
They don't care. Like all the effort is disingenuous. Like all of it. It's like y'all don't actually care about this kid.
Because niggas hate sex until they having it, boy.
Yeah, they hate sex. And
Like,
they hate people being
That's
themselves.
why, like, a lot of these same girl dads
that
that have these opinions,
out
here wilding.
Yes.
I'm like, hashtag girl dad, but you like fucking with D Wade and his daughter.
I'm like, you niggas were just girl dads less than a month ago.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And now that there's a nigga out there actively being a girl dad.
Hey man, look, they've already buried Kobe. That's over. We don't need girl dads. We
don't need girl. We were just there for the hype train.
Oh yeah,
That's all
we done. Yeah, they done buried Kobe.
Is.
I got my jersey, so I'm good. We'll be here on the next year anniversary. I'll be a girl dad on 1 year anniversary. But for now,
nah, man, fuck that shit.
Nah, yeah,
no, none of that.
Yeah, no, it's nonsense. It's one of these things. Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. I mean, what was I saying? Fuck. Man. Yeah, fuck those guys.
Like, what? So, wait, do we have anything else?
No.
That was it.
Stop being assholes.
I mean,
that in general is the theme today.
Stop being assholes. Go see Birds of Prey if you want to, not because you feel obligated or forced to.
It's a fun movie. Like, I would recommend it.
It's a good movie. I am going to see the Sonic movie today, which is just gotten overwhelmingly positive reviews.
I might peep tomorrow. Like, I do want to see it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, after all the hell that was raised about the redesign, I guess the least we can do.
Right.
I mean, dog, that's a film that actually made its budget though.
Well, yeah, I know. You know, I mean, like, fucking, like, look, I love me some Margot Robbie. But that her design as Harley Quinn in Birds of Prey leaves much to be desired from what I've seen so far.
How so, John?
She looks so pale, and her fucking the fucking jacket. She looks like a fucking bird's nest, which I guess is thematic to the movie. But fucking, it looks like ass. She looks like ass. And like I think she was in the Suicide Squad movie. She was a bit. You can argue that she was over sexualized, quote unquote, in the sense that she was only there with booty shorts and a short mid top and like some one-liners because she actually had no actual character in the movie. But fucking in this one, I guess they had to reduce the fucking outfit, but they put her in ugly shit. So I don't know. I'm still gonna see it just to go and be like accurate, but you know, Sonic movie will probably happen first. I still gotta go see Uncut Gems. Honestly, I just slipped.
Man, Uncut Gems was fire.
Yeah,
Like definitely watch that. Also, Julia Fox, scrumptious.
Adam
Oh
Sandler
my
got
God.
Adam Sandler got fucking snubbed for the Oscar.
That
He
nigga-
didn't even get nominated.
That nigga acted his ass off too.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the best Adam Sandler acting job in a long fucking time, and he got snubbed.
It's crazy because like he basically was like Tyler Perry before Tyler Perry in terms of how he moved and operated.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
like,
Quantity,
but like
quantity of film.
when he but the difference between him and Tyler, when he branches off and does something on somebody else's terms,
Yes.
that nigga smokes that shit.
That motherfucker, Punch Drunk Love, fucking 8 Crazy Nights. I remember that fucking Christmas movie.
Yeah, like-
I love that fucking thing.
Like Adam Sandler be smoking shit. It's just that, well, I mean, if niggas gonna keep buying the mid, I'ma sell it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I'ma sell the pack, man.
yeah.
It's like,
That's the cast.
That's it, man.
That's the
All
cast.
right.
Subscribe to Project Melody and subscribe to my new Vocaloid.
Yeah,
fucking,
plug that shit, dog. What's your
Miku
shit,
Miku
bro?
dance. I don't know. What's a Kawaii ass name? Like
Nigger coon.
no, fuck you. No, no.
oh,
No.
I got
You
it.
can't give it away.
Nigger Chan,
Stop it. Fuck you.
Black sign.
What the fuck? What's all this self-hate?
Negro Sama.
What's all this self-hate, my brother?
Spook Dono.
I fucking can't
crazy,
stand
man.
niggas. So
I'll try
much.
next time.
We love you too, bro.
I'm gonna fuck with you.
Hey, Chuyaku-chan. Takuyaku-chan.
Love for